Hello and happy Friday. I'm back. We'll wait another minute and we will get started. I have everything where I want it here. Okay. Alrighty, let's do this. Hello everyone, happy Friday and welcome to my Facebook Live for Peach Week. And tonight will be my last 3D project, but I have one more card to share tomorrow since I missed yesterday. So I will have 5 projects all together, and I want to go ahead and show you in the catalog where you can find the You're a Peach suite. I think it was 60. I think I know by now. There it is. All right. Oops. Okay. It's on page 60 and 61 in your annual catalog. And I have been using everything here except for the jars. And the jars are something I used with my monthly product kit, and I show you that project at the end of our time, which will be tomorrow. But today we're going to be using most of the same products as we used for the other projects this week. So I hope everyone is doing well, and just let me give you a reminder that tonight's project and all the projects, all 5 projects in this series will be available on my blog with a downloadable PDF. So don't forget that if there's a project you like, you can always go to my blog and just search it and you'll be able to find those. And remember, my blog is www.thewexfordstamper.blogspot.com. So, all right, let's go ahead and we're going to quickly go over the different products we're going to be using this evening. And those would be, of course, the fabulous, looking for the name, Sweet as a Peach photopolymer stamp set. Love this one. And then we have the coordinating peach dies that we have also used. And lastly, we have the fabulous Sweet as a Peach Designer Series paper. So this is a favorite of mine. I'm always a big lover of the Stampin' Up! Paper. They just always knock it out of the park. All right, let me go ahead and do a little bit of a review. These are the projects that I've done already on my blog. This was our Monday project. Right there. This was our Tuesday project. We made the little gift bag. All the information about these are on my blog and the videos are on my YouTube channel. This was our Wednesday project. We missed yesterday, and now tonight we're going to alternate back to a 3D project, and it's going to be this cute little treat box. This is a favorite of mine. This is something I created to give to my customers that purchased the monthly product kit this month. And it was, of course, the peach set. So I thought this was an adorable little project and something I can give to them when they get their kit. And inside, you have a little bag of peach rings. And who just doesn't love those? And let me show you how I did this. I bought bags of the peach rings. The Albanese are really the best. And I got these on Amazon. Okay. And then what I did was I bought these. I've actually had these. These are little Ziploc bags that are 2 inches by 3 inches. And they have like a little Ziploc there. These are mostly in the jewelry section in the craft store. But this is what I've used, and they're perfect to hold 5 of the peach rings, just like that. And then they slide right into the box. And then, of course, I found some of these peach hand sanitizers at Bath and Body. And I actually got these online, but I'm sure they're available in store as well. So these are what I put together as thank you gifts to all my customers that bought my project kit this month. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. It is not a difficult design. You can whip these out pretty quickly. All right, so what you're going to start with is a balmy blue piece of cardstock, and this is cut at 5 1/8 by 5 1/4. Okay, now remember our color palette is the balmy blue with these gorgeous colors here. So it's just so happy and summery and bright. So I just really have enjoyed these projects. All right, now I'm going to bring in my trimmer this time because it is kind of a small project. And I'm going to do my scoring using my trimmer. Okay, now with the trimmer you have 2 blades. You have the darker gray and then a lighter gray. The lighter gray blade is your scoring blade. So don't use your dark one. Although I've done that by accident myself. I'm trying to help save you from yourself. So, all right. So the first thing we're going to do is on the short side. Let me check and make sure this is the short side. Yes, this is the 5 1/8 inch side. I'm going to score. Okay, and it's going to be 1 inch on both ends. All right, so I'm going to actually measure to the inch on the right hand side of where the blade goes. Going to fold it over, and then I'm going to use my scoring blade there, and then you have your 1 inch score. Then I'm going to turn it opposite, go out to that 1 inch again, and then score again. You want to keep your scorer up here, and you want to keep your cutter way down at the bottom so you aren't tempted to use it. Okay, now on the long side here, we are going to score at 2 3/4, score, score, and 3 3/4. And that's actually all the scoring that you're going to need for this. It's very, very quick. Okay, it really isn't a closed box, so it doesn't have as much folding and adhering that you're going to have with other ones. I'm going to go ahead and take my bone folder, and I'm going to fold up and crease on all my score lines. Okay, and then I'm going to do some cutting. Now let me grab my template here. This is the finished product. This is how I want it to be cut. So you can tell by looking at that, there really isn't a whole lot of cutting to do here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my scissors, and I'm going to turn it this way, and I'm going to cut up these 2 score lines to the first horizontal to make this a little flap. And then I'm going to just take a little wedge out at the corners, so that will adhere inside and not make it difficult to fold at the corners. So I'm going to do the same thing on both sides, and that is actually all that you need to do. Believe it or not, that's it. And what it's going to do is those are going to fold in, and then these are going to fold up, and that's how easy it is. Just like that. Okay, but before we do that, we're going to adhere our paper. Okay, let me grab the designer series paper I picked. So many awesome colors to choose. I'm going to choose the striped with the coral for the back of the box. If you notice here on my project, I put in a piece of the designer series paper in the back there just to make it a little prettier, not just plain balmy blue. So that's the first piece we're going to adhere. And this is cut at 3 by 2 5/8. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grab my Tombow, and we're going to go ahead and glue this to, there we go. So that is the back of the box. And our little treats are going to slide right in front of that. Now, I'm going to fold the front up, and this is where we're going to put the second piece, this little flower piece. This is cut at 3 by 1 3/8. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, same thing, put a little Tombow on here, fold this up, and then adhere here. Now, the reason why I try to remember to put my paper on a 3D item before I build it is because you can really press down on your paper and make sure that it's well secured when it's not all put together. Then it's a little more challenging. You can, by mistake, smush your box. We don't want to do that, do we? All right, so now I'm going to bring my 2 little tabs inside. Okay, I'm going to fold this back down so that paper is on the back side. And I'm going to put a little bit of Tombow on these 2 flaps. Okay. And then we're going to adhere the flaps to the back flaps here. Okay, so it's the panel that has the striped paper on it. You want to adhere it to that because you want to make sure that your front panel is the last one to be adhered. Okay, so these little tabs just go inside, and you want to make sure that your fold and the edge of your panel line up to make your box. All right, now last bit. I'm going to go ahead and put, oops, sorry about that. I'm going to put a little bit of the Tombow on those outside flaps. Then I'm going to fold up my beautiful paper there and just fold back those flaps. And that's it. You have your box. That's how easy that is to put together. So easy. Now, I don't like those little pointy ends. So if you look here at my box here, I cut off a little bit of a triangle there just so you don't have those points there. And I just kind of eyeball it, and I don't worry too much about how it looks, but I just like it with a little bit of that off. It just gives it a little cleaner line there. So I want to make sure I do that. And now we're going to go ahead and grab our goodies and put them in. Here's our peach mango hand sanitizer, and here is my little 5-pack of peach rings that I made, and it fits in perfectly. Oops, except I spilled it out. Okay, so there we go, ready to go with our embellishments on the front. So let's go ahead and we're going to grab a piece of basic white paper, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to make our peach. Let me grab the sample here. Okay, so we're going to make the large peach here, okay, with the stem. I'll show you how we do that. Okay, we're going to use the large peach image here. This is from on the photopolymers, and the large stem. Okay, I'm going to put those over there for now. And we're going to bring in the Pear Pizzazz for the stem. And we're going to bring in 2 colors actually for the peach. First, the pale papaya for the peach, the body of the peach, and then for a little bit of some contrast, we're going to use the Calypso Coral. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on let's go ahead and do our stem first. Okay, so I'm just going to take my Pear Pizzazz and just stamp right onto my paper, and that's how quickly I'm finished the stem. Now you will notice that the ink does not fill in the entire leaf. I think the set is designed to look more like a watercolor picture or image, so you're going to have some white spots, and that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with your stamp. That's just the way that this set is designed. All right, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to stamp our peach. Okay, we're going to do this just the way we've done it in the past this week. I'm going to first ink up using the pale papaya. I'm going to turn it over so that the stamp is face up. I'm going to take my little sponge dauber and I'm going to get a little bit of ink on the tip of my sponge dauber. That is the Calypso Coral, and I'm going to gently just dab around the right-hand side of the peach, just to give it a little extra color. And let's go ahead and stamp that onto the paper and see how that looks. There, I love that. That makes it look so nice. Gives it a little bit of a three-dimensional look too. Okay, so that is all the stamping for now that we're going to do. And what is next is I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to grab my dies. Here are the peach dies that we're using. And I'm going to go ahead and get out the coordinating dies for each of these images. Okay, so we have the one for the peach, and we have the one for the little stem. All right, so then I'm going to pass those through my stamp and emboss machine, and they are going to come out looking like this. So cute. I just love this little peach set. All right, so now we're ready to go ahead and we're going to place these on our box. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring my new box in here. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to use some dimensionals because we want our peach to stand out on our box. So I'm going to go ahead and put some dimensionals on the back of my peach. And I'm going to put that, let's see where it is on my other one. Okay, so it's right about there. All right. Then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to put a little bit of Tombow up on the top little bump of the peach there. I'm going to slide the stem behind the peach and then just adhere that leaf right down to the area that I had the glue. So I really don't need any dimensionals for that. It just adheres to the box. Okay, right to the peach. Okay, so we are almost finished. We're going to go ahead and grab a 3/4 inch strip of the pale papaya cardstock, and we're going to put a little sentiment on here. And this is from the set as well, and it says, "Have a peachy day." Perfect sentiment for a little gift to give to someone. So this I'm going to be stamping in the Memento, the black Memento ink. And I cut a nice long piece just in case I didn't get it on there. And I did the first time. Look at me. All right, so now I'm going to bring in my project here. And I'm going to slide this behind. And then I'm going to cut off the end. And I'm going to use my scissors to make a little banner tail. The way I do that is I come in here about a 1/2 inch and make a little snip, just like that. And then I come in from both of the corners to that same spot. And I just pull these pieces out, and there you have it. You have your little banner tail. Okay, so I am just going to go ahead and put a little bit of Tombow on the back of this and then slide it right in here under my little peach. And there it is. Look how easy that is to put together, huh? Thank you, Renee. And here was my sample. And I'm so excited to give these to my customers. I just got all the materials today for the peach project kit. So I'm going to be giving these out shortly. So, all right. Well, that is day 4 of my peach week. I have one more. So if you are around tomorrow evening, it's Saturday. at 7 o'clock, I will be doing my last Peach Week video. All right, and remember, if you miss them, they can all be found on my blog or on my YouTube channel. Just search for the Wexford Stamper on my YouTube channel. All right, well, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Have a great weekend, Renee, and take care. All right, keep stamping. Bye now.